What's up, guys? This is a video from my precious metal stackers, in particular my gold stackers. I don't have any gold. I have silver, and I'll get into why I have silver in a second. But um, Bitcoin is the way, guys. And I know you probably clicked off the video by now, but if you stayed, let me explain. Okay, when I first got into precious metals, and it hasn't been long, and thank God it hasn't been long, because then my conviction would have probably been even harder on gold. Gold was the old way, right? Gold was a store of value. It was great in the physical world when people were transacting in gold coins, and then when we first switched over to cash as notes, as a backup, gold backed up the note and all that stuff. But now we're not on a gold standard anymore. And as you see over the last 10 to 12 years, gold hasn't really done anything in fiat terms, right? And it should, because it's manipulated. The problem is we live in a digital and information age. That's, technology and things like that. I don't use a lot of cash, not because I don't want to, it's because a lot of people don't accept it. A lot of businesses don't accept cash. So if they don't accept cash, they're probably not in the next 10 years going to accept gold coins and silver coins. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark at it. The reason why I have silver here, ladies and gentlemen, is a completely different reason for gold. It is a hedge on inflation, of course. I don't use it to transact. And it's also a medium of exchange when it comes to little small things here and there. If people want to, barter and stuff like that. I use it as an investment because I know silver would be used more, but also I use it as a hedge against, just in case something, the slowdown of Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is going to be stopped, but in particular, gold. Bitcoin is pretty much gold on steroids, and it's a digital gold, except it's more finite and it's moves faster and things like that. You can't buy and sell gold or buy things with gold on the internet. You can't go to a store and buy things with gold. If you're using gold to one day transact in or keep it as a store of value, I'm not telling you not to buy gold. Okay, if you want to do that as a hedge on inflation, it's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. There's commodities that are out there better. I believe silver is one of them. I think silver is way underrated when it comes to gold, and I do have precious metals, as you can see. But as far as the future goes, the Fed prints money, and they want a central bank digital currency. That's the last leg of their control and everything else of their plan of what they want to do. And in order for us to stop that, we have got to have a opposite for that, and it's not gold, ladies and gentlemen. It's Bitcoin. In order to be in a technology digital world, you gotta move around in that. And this is the old way, gold and silver. Excuse me. It's God's money. I have nothing against it. Um, I don't believe gold is a good form of medium exchange, and the reason why is if we went back, and because people say, oh, why don't we just back the money, to gold, and put it in the bank and everything else. The problem with that is, and you guys know this, you can't trust a custodian. You cannot trust a human being. You just can't. And that's not to down you guys that have gold. I'm not telling you to sell gold for Bitcoin or anything like that. If you want to keep your gold, that's fine. But if you guys think that the central bankers or governments in America or anywhere, in the big picture, I know there's small pockets of place they do it, but if you think they're gonna back the dollar by gold and do an honest system, and not only do an honest system of backing the dollar by gold, but actually keeping the amount of dollars in proportion to the gold in the vaults, guys, if you believe that, you haven't been paying attention. It's just not going to happen. Bitcoin is the way. And the reason I say that is Bitcoin is a ledger, just like when it was in the banks, when gold was in the banks. What'd you have to do? You had to put your money in the bank. They'll give you a certain amount for your gold. If you had gold as the money, I'm saying, they put the gold in the bank. They give you a certain amount of dollars, and then once you want to transact with it in the world or whatever, how you're doing it, there was a ledger that had to be written down by the banker and things like that. You cannot trust them. Bitcoin is a ledger that can't be changed. It can't be confiscated or anything like that. As you know, in 1933, gold was confiscated. I got a video coming out here in the next one. I broke down a video earlier today, and I was editing it, and I decided to say these things before I put it out. I love gold just like the next man. It's pretty and this, that, and the third. And if there wasn't Bitcoin, I'd be stacking all kind of gold, but the central bank digital currencies are coming. And whether we like it or not, we're in a digital world. Doesn't matter if we don't want to be in one and you want to live in this secret society. At the end of the day, if you're any kind of person that's living in a regular society, you have to transact this way. And I'm telling you, for the people that don't know about Bitcoin, and I have people telling me all the time how Bitcoin doesn't work and this, that, and the third. And most of you that say that haven't even read the white paper and don't even understand it. So don't be ignorant. And I'm not saying stupid. Don't be ignorant or make ignorant statements. And I'm not saying you can't say what you want. You can. You definitely can say whatever you want based on things that you don't understand or know about. If you don't know about Bitcoin, if you haven't taken the time to understand it, and if you think it's a Ponzi scheme and this, that, and the third, you don't understand Bitcoin. Talk about something that you understand. If you know about gold and silver, right? We know about those things. I've studied Bitcoin for many, many hours now. I'm almost, I don't know if I'm up to 10,000 hours, but I'm definitely up there. But when I first got involved, I was making comments and I was being ignorant. I was ignorant to something that I was speaking on, and I didn't know anything about it. I'm not telling you got to buy Bitcoin or this, that, and the third, but I'm telling you Bitcoin is the answer. Okay. That's the only thing that we have. My channel is called Jerry Loves Freedom, right? I read the Declaration of Independence every day and I read the Constitution of the United States every day. Read the white paper of Bitcoin, read it, learn about it, watch YouTube videos breaking down of what it means and things like that. Because even with the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, it might be a little tough to understand. Once you understand what Bitcoin is and you understand the network and the ledger and everything else, you'll quickly find out that, and you'll see and learn that it is the only answer that we have to this tyranny and freedom when it comes to store of value. It is going to be the standard one day. I don't know when. Excuse me. I don't know when. But it's coming to a theater near you. It's going to be pushed back. It's going to have definitely a lot of pushback because Bitcoin is a direct opposition of the central bankers and what the governments are doing when it comes to printing money and stealing our hard earned time and energy and things like that. It's just in direct competition for it. So they're going to come out with these CBDCs no matter what, no matter what. Bitcoin will be pushed back a little bit. It'll have a lot of pushback, but when you understand Bitcoin and how the network works, you understand that it cannot be stopped. They can try to regulate it and do whatever they think they can, but they can't. So I highly suggest you guys read into it, look into it, buy a little bit, play around with it, get yourself a cold storage unit. Me personally, I used to have the Ledger Nano X and the Trezor Model T. I don't mess with those two anymore. I used to have those in my old videos. Now I have different ones, as you can see on the screen. I have ones that are only Bitcoin companies or Bitcoin cold storages only. And if you don't know what a cold storage is, it's almost the equivalent to a bank, except it's your bank. It's cold because it's off the internet, and it's your account, and nobody can take it from you. Nobody can. And once you memorize those 12 or 24 words, it's absolutely yours. If I try to go overseas right now, I have to do something with the silver. I have to liquidate it. I don't have to do anything with this Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin's not on here. It's on the blockchain. This just gives me access to the blockchain through my password. It's an absolutely amazing technology, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin that'll ever be made in this world. Almost 93% of them have been mined. It's about 19 point something Bitcoin, and that's all there's going to be. And there's 100 million Satoshis in every one. Get you some Satoshis. Right now, you can get, for $1, you can get 3,000 something Satoshis. So get a little bit. I'm not telling you get a lot. Just get a little bit, learn about it, and welcome to the new paradigm shift, because it's coming.